Hey everybody, welcome to episode number 6 of the MixCoach Insider. And
we got a lot of stuff going on.
yeah,
and
a lot.
yeah, we've just been kind of sitting around today and working on a bunch of stuff for you guys and setting up the session for this month. First of all, the announcements, that's coming up. We're going to be posting the next session, which is actually going to be a song by Russ Lee.
Oh yeah.
And it's going to be called "Are You the One?"
It's a cool song. Russ is a friend of mine, and he's on the road with a new song, which they just got finished with. I don't know the stats this year, but I know last year it was the top most attended tour in the United States. That beat everybody else that was on tour, rock, pop, country, whatever. And I produced a song on Russ a little while ago, and this is the song.
That's awesome.
It's called "Are You the One?" and there should be a YouTube video underneath this where you can check it out. You don't want to miss it because Russ has got a world-class voice, and he's a world-class guy. So
yeah, man.
And we're going to work on getting an interview with him, and we're going to talk about recording it and how New Song kind of does their stuff too. So
that's great.
Yeah.
And since you produced it, we're kind of on the ground level there. So I mean, you can talk about how you did everything and all that stuff. So we'll work on some videos there. Another thing that we wanted to talk about was we're working on a webinar for later this week. Probably Thursday evening we'll be rocking out a webinar for you guys, and you guys can join in on that. We'll be announcing that in the times and everything a little bit later. But we were going to talk a little bit about, tell them a little bit what we were wanting to talk about.
Well, the webinar thing is definitely uncharted territory for us right now, and so this will be by the time Thursday. It's going to be Thursday.
Yep.
At some point Thursday. We'll let you know. We'll send you an email invitation. But if you're not on the mailing list, get on the mailing list by getting the 5 things every great engineer knows, or signing up for the membership site. But you'll definitely get notified as to when it is. But the topic is going to be the 3 biggest mistakes that we've heard on all of the mixing projects we've had so far. So this will be our third mixing project coming up. So the first 2, which is Randy and Sherry's song, and then the Christ Tab song. There are consistent mistakes that are being made, and we wanted to just kind of let you guys in on it. It's going to be a free webinar, so anybody is welcome to come. We're going to be talking about songs that most of you guys have mixed already. So anyway, I think you'll be interested. It's 3 recurring problems that if you can eliminate these problems, you will move yourself up as a mix engineer. Promise.
Yeah, it'll just take you to the next level.
Yeah.
So, and then another thing we were wanting to talk about was just a lot of stuff has been going on. We just posted a bunch of stuff. We posted a thing with Steve Carey and all of that. And so how some people may have not watched that. So how did the Doves end up on that song?
Well, Steve won in the songwriter division of the name of the song was "Hold On," and he won. So and
it was for traditional gospel recorded song of the year.
I have trouble remembering all the categories because there's so many of them. But we actually my record company was actually represented in several categories. So I don't know what I was more nervous about, us not winning or actually winning and having to go up there. And we talked about you were going to walk up there too if we won, but we one of our artists, Beyond the Ashes, lost to a very what was the girl's name? Jamie Grace.
Yes.
She went to Jamie Grace, and she is a phenomenal talent. So if you're going to lose to somebody, lose to somebody awesome.
And that album actually lost to Kirk Franklin as well. So so it's just it's one of those things. We were up against some of the best, man. Some of the best.
It was a lot of fun being there. It was a well-produced show, and so you've heard the cliche. It's good being nominated. It really is.
It really is. It's great.
Yeah.
Anyway, so moving on. This month we have a couple of awesome things going on in the forums. You recently posted some things.
Yeah.
You recently posted a couple of new topics. One was about jobs. So where people can post, hey, I've got this for you to mix, or hey, does anybody know how to do this, or add some bass to this? Tell us a little bit about what you were wanting whenever you posted that topic.
Well, I really listen to you guys a lot. When you talk about wanting a certain forum topic or whatever, I try to get right on it. And a couple of the ones were we had a forum called Jobs, and the reason for that was that, let's just say that you're mixing a project and you want somebody to tune the vocals for you. I mean, this would be a good place to put, what you need done. Find somebody that you trust their mixes. They're active on the forum. They seem to like cool people. Why not trade out something? Or, I'll mix these vocals if you'll, or I'll tune these vocals if you'll mix the song, or vice versa. So it's just another effort for these really cool members that we have to just to interact with each other more, because I'm daily impressed by these guys.
Yeah, and another one you put up was gear for sale, right?
Yeah, I think Louis had something for sale. Louis Diaz had some gear for sale, and I think Tunes or somebody mentioned that it would be cool to have a topic, and so we there's a new topic called gear for sale. So if you got, and I think I've got,
you've got something on there. You've got
I got an old Champ, little Fender Champ, which really sounds good.
It sounds great, and especially we in fact hooked up the Champ to another speaker. We disconnected it, and it sounded great through the other speaker. It even sounded better. So. Anyway, so there's a lot of cool new topics there. Let me see, what was one of the other ones that I was looking at? Oh, there was the cool EQ trick to help you isolate frequencies, like whenever you're surgically EQing something. And Indelible, in his first name, I will
Sledislav.
Yes, that's the one. And man, you say it with such confidence. I mean, I'm just impressed about the confidence.
I've been practicing all day. That's why we're just now doing this podcast. No, the last Insider, I was, I got a great. It made me happy to.
Yeah,
I mean, I wasn't laughing at you or anything, but it was just funny to see.
I was laughing at myself too. I watched it back and I was like, man, I struggled through those. I was just barely treading water. So. Anyway, but he posted a really cool topic about how you can isolate frequencies.
Yeah.
With just a couple of plugins. Just one or two plugins.
I saw this last night, and to be honest with you, I didn't really understand what he was saying, and I think there was a couple of guys under there that didn't really understand what he was talking about. But when you read it again today, and then we kind of looked at it a little bit closer, it's the same function that isotope ozone does when you hold I think it's when you're in the EQ section, you can hold the Option or Command or something like that, and it'll solo a band of frequencies, and you can actually sweep it and find the problem spots. Like if there's a vocal that's a sibilant, you can find that sibilant spot and then know exactly what frequency range. And this is one of those hacks to do that. If you don't have ozone, or if you want to find the frequency, it had to do with inverting the phase on a duplicated track, and then it's a cool trick.
It's really cool. You just go check it out, and make sure you check that out and try it. And then I noticed again your song copyrights post popped up there.
Yeah,
and that's a really cool one. So I mean, everybody kind of needs to know a little bit about song copyrights, and engineers, producers, especially if you deal a lot with artists, kind of need to know what's going on there. Tell us a little bit about that forum topic.
Yeah, I saw that thread on the forum. And it was a question about copyrights, and I thought, well, who do I know? Because I really listen to, what you guys post on there, and I watch, and even though I may not comment on every individual post, I do read and I do pay attention to what you guys are asking for. And one person asked about copyrights, and did anybody know anything about them? So I called my business partner, Wayne Hahn, who was up for what? 99 doves?
Yeah,
14 was it?
14, I think.
Well, he's on. It's an off year. But no, he knows a lot about songwriting, a lot about publishing, and now this, ask him a few questions about copyrights, and it's an article you should definitely check out.
Yeah, absolutely. And so those are some really cool things going on in the forums there. Let me see, what else have I got? Here's a MixCoach Community MVP.
I was listening to some mixes last night. Well, actually, I've been listening to mixes on and off. It's really hard to listen to, a ton of mixes, just one right after the other. But Louisiane Boltner put a mix up there. Louisiane, it was great. It really was, and
you killed it.
I don't think you'd heard it yet.
No, I hadn't heard it yet. You were telling me about it, and I checked out some of the others, but you showed it to me. Man, I was super impressed. Super tight drums. Oh. Amazing. The choir just sounded great back there. Everything was perfect.
I don't think anybody did a bad job on the mixing. Nobody did a bad job on the
Right.
mixing. It all did good. I can, honestly, I can tell an improvement on everybody that participated.
I agree.
Participated. So if you got to start participating if you want to get better. But from last month to this month, I mean, you guys are like ninjas at getting different styles down. And but just more than an honorable mention, I would say probably the mix that stood out the most to me was Louisiana. And Louisiana, we're going to get in touch with you.
Yeah, we'll
if you
try
don't
to
mind.
set up some sort of a question and answer, some sort of an interview. Just talk to you about how you mix the track. What was your approach? So anyway, we'll be in contact. We're coming for you.
Don't go to sleep tonight. We're going to call you.
Oh my gosh.
So yeah, we had. There's still some Rockstar posters in the
forums.
In the forums, yeah. I'll just Leo, Aviles, Anders Bothan, Luis is still ranking up there at the top, posting stuff. Miguel, Nova, Stone Walters, and Steve Borden. And by the way, I talked to Steve. It was good to talk to you the other night, Steve. Yeah, you guys, I really appreciate you getting on there, and and even though these are the top posters, there's a lot of guys on there that are they're just cool to each other.
Yeah, they're just great guys. I mean, and that's just the kind of thing that we want to build here, and we are building, and we already have, is an incredible community, a great group of engineers willing to help each other out, and really, just keeping in contact with each other, that sort of thing. So, congrats to everybody that's on there. Props to you guys.
Yeah, and thank you for helping. We're all improving as a result of everybody's willingness to give away their information.
Yeah.
So hey, let's mention all unless you want
the new members.
Oh yeah.
Oh man. I'll take some of them. Here. I'll rock through a few, and then you can rock through a few. I'm going to give you all the hard names.
I'm going to see which ones you're going to give me.
I'm going to give you all of the hard names.
I think you can do them all.
No, I'll rock through them. Anyway, so you guys are since the last time we did an Insider, these guys have joined up, and so virtual high five to Clayton Lewis. We've got Jeffrey Council, Andrew Mason, and here's one, the last name, Luke
Bruyette.
Yeah, that'll work. Luke Bruyette.
Lucianne Boltner, we've already mentioned.
Again, we mentioned you. Get in contact with you.
Yeah.
And Richard Nolan, Brandon Lee, John Christopher. That's kind of a name that I do well saying.
Yeah.
Two first names.
Yeah. He goes by Tunes on the website.
Does he really? That's cool. I like that.
Yeah.
It's awesome. Kevin McIntosh, David Murray, Sean Gordon. What is
Dean Labor?
Is that I couldn't tell if it was an I or an L because it's not capitalized. I couldn't tell if it was an L or an I.
Dean Labor.
Anyway.
That's thank you guys for signing up. I hope you guys are having a great time. Let's see, we've got a few more. Jeremy Griffin, Alex Bertolotti. Alex actually. Did you meet Alex when you went to New York?
Oh yeah, he's a great guy.
Yeah, he actually recorded a lot of the guide vocals that you guys mixed. As a matter of fact, he was the guy who recorded the choir vocals, the dry room vocals, and the guide vocals. And he set up all the microphones and stuff like that. We couldn't have done that project without him. So
yeah, man.
Thanks for joining up, Alex. I appreciate
Absolutely.
it. Patrick Kane, Dexter Staggers, Ahmed Barrasso, Steve Carey, who's the choir director. And you saw the interview that we did with him in the middle of Midtown Atlanta. Did you see that yet?
I did. It was awesome.
Yeah, and Carl Frederick Behrman.
If we butchered your name, if we butchered anyone's name,
I don't think we
either of us, make fun of us. Feel free. just rattle our cages.
Yeah, you can email us at john@mixcoach.com.
Oh, man. Anyway, I think that's pretty much it for the month. So again, let's just roll through, just summary. We've got the session. It'll be available sometime in the middle of the week this week, tomorrow or the next day. And then we've got a webinar on Thursday, and you guys will be talking to Kevin and I, and we'll be talking about the three mistakes that people make, just recurring mistakes that we've heard in the different months mixes.
Right.
And
then
of
there's
course,
a Q&A session at the end of it too.
Right. So if you guys have any questions for us, we've got a couple questions for you guys, and we would love to hear from you. And then if you guys have any questions for us, be it about the sessions that we've dropped already and we worked through those, or if it's moving forward, what's things going to look like, that sort of thing. Just feel free to ask us any questions.
Yep.
I think that's pretty much it, Kevin.
And one more thing: if you're not a member of MixCoach and you're watching this, I can't stress enough the coolness of the guys on the side and how helpful and how much they're improving. This is my wife. Hang on. Hey, thanks for tuning in, and I'll see you on the forum, and see you next time. Bye.
Thanks, guys.